Let's move on to the financier who was also mentioned in her diary. And the financier I'm referring to is investment banker Leon Black. So this next graphic will show you what I mean when I say that she writes in code. It's not really code. So let's take a look at the next graphic, graphic 7. It's another poem that she titled Stopped Dead. And right next to the title of the poem, you'll see the name Leon Black. That's the way that she would write in code, right? Instead of writing from the left side to the right, she would like write words up and down like that. Okay, so she mentions Leon Black there, but that wasn't the only time she mentions Leon Black. Let's go to the next one. So she met Black in New York City in 2000, and he was introduced to her as Epstein's special friend. So this is directly from her diary entry about this, and decoded, it says the following: even though Ghislaine said it was best to take me home because Mr. Black is so important for some reason, my health, this is going to be hell to pay, or there is going to be hell to pay. I ruined their trio, and I am dramatic. When that fat F bit me, he threw me on the floor and got blood all over Jeffrey's carpet, and I am the issue. Who the F bites someone? Sick. No one is that important, and Leon can go F himself. I hate New York. So there had been some reporting about this a few years ago, actually. So in 2023, I came across this Newsweek piece about allegations made against Leon Black. And I'm gonna read you the excerpts. Black retired from his investment firm Apollo in July 2021 after a review found he paid Epstein $158 million for financial advice between 2012 and 2017 after the pedophile's criminal conviction. Interesting. So as I read that piece, it did make mention of one of Epstein's victims accusing Leon Black of biting her in her private area to the point where she bled.
Yeah, so there's even more harrowing stuff in there about the nature of that particular rape, about how she was expecting that he was going to be like Epstein, and Epstein gets massages and then he proceeds to sex, etc., and is apparently not usually violent. Whereas Leon Black slammed her on the massage table, according to her, so hard that it knocked the wind out of her, and then started ripping her clothes off, bit her, and she started screaming, and he would constantly cover her mouth. And so now, guys, in terms of how do you judge this one? First of all, everyone makes their own judgment call about things that haven't been proven in court. But $158 million. Well, he says it was for financial advice. Wait a minute, Leon Black is one of the top financiers in the world. If you need financial advice and you need to pay $158 million for it, no one would ever hire you again.
That wasn't for financial advice.
There's no way in the world that one financial guru asks anyone else, or let alone Epstein, for financial advice and pays them $158 million for it? No. So you have a good sense there. And by the way, Leon Black is, in retreat over this, and he quit Apollo over that.
He quit another. He should be hanged for this.
If it's true.
Prosecuted, okay, we still have a justice system, but he should be investigated, he should be prosecuted, and if convicted, let's bring back public hangings. By the way, I don't know if people know yet, but let me be abundantly clear. I have changed my stance on the death penalty. I think in some cases, the death penalty makes sense. This is a perfect example, and it should be public, should be on the town square, hanged in front of the public. That's what I want to see.
If it's true.
If it's true.
If it's true, and then you could argue about whether that's the right form of justice. But I would love any kind of justice, especially given the last email.
Watch the pig squeal. Anyway, final thing that I'll mention here is, the Epstein files that were just released by the DOJ did a terrible job in redacting the names of the victims who wanted their names redacted. They were assured their names would be redacted, but they weren't. And so what I found really fascinating was that while the victims weren't protected, the predators seem to have been protected, including this person who sent an email to Jeffrey Epstein We don't know who it is. We don't even have their name. They just simply wrote, I am in China. I will be in the US second week of May. To which Jeffrey Epstein responded, where are you? Are you okay? I loved the torture video. I think the public deserves to know who sent Jeffrey Epstein a torture video, and more importantly, what happened to that person? Where is that person today? Was that person ever investigated?
Okay, and where's the video? Because we know there were videos. We know that there was cameras in every room, including the massage rooms. And now our government tells us, oh no, well, golly gee, we can't find any of the videos. And then we have legacy media doing nonsensical stories about, oh, we don't know if there were video. Yeah, I mean, sure, every room had a camera, but we don't know that they taped anything. Oh, come on, please. So now people are starting to have a little bit of despair here and significant anger. Because they're saying, well, okay, our government obviously doesn't work for us because they knew all of this for decades. And they covered it all up. And it didn't matter who you voted for, they all covered it up. So I don't want to hear any crap about Democrat or Republican on this. All of them are guilty.
That's right.
Everyone that was ever in the executive branch that had any information about this, you all covered it up. And it's super obvious why you covered it up because it involves intelligence agencies. But now you turn to the national media and they're like, intelligence agencies? No, the only country being mentioned is Russia. Are you kidding me? If you read the files, it is nonstop. Israel, Israel, Israel. Even in this story, randomly, an Israeli doctor shows up. Not a Russian one, not a Bulgarian one, not a Thai one. It's constantly Israel. But I don't know, the reason I bring that up here is I don't know if that's why the media is like shush, shush, shush.
That is why.
Right?
That is why.
But look at these atrocities.
That is why.
So the government says under no condition will we serve the American people. We will serve the monsters who did this. And then our media comes in and goes, Bill Gates, Donald Trump, Elon Musk, whatever, shiny objects, squirrels. Okay, go get all the sons of bitches. I don't mind that at all. But you're not talking about who organized this. It is obviously a giant organization. They send women all across the globe to some of the most powerful people on earth. And the mainstream media wants us to believe that there was no organization. It was just Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell just walking around. And they never mention Ghislaine Maxwell's connections to Israeli intelligence. They never mention Epstein's deep connections. Israeli spies lived in his home. And they're shush. No, we're not gonna shush. This is stuff made of like horror. These are horror stories. And so how horrible are the people in charge that they know this happens and they make sure we never find out about it? And what did they use the blackmail for?
We know.
Every time you ring the bell below, an angel gets his wings. Totally not true, but it does keep you updated on our live shows.